Happy morning, all. A warm welcome to all the participants here on this beautiful journey of My Time 33 Days Self Transformation Program. And today we have Saroja Gullapalli ma'am to again connect us to heart and tell us more stories on heart. And it is always wonderful to start our day with meditation and with this beautiful smiles. Welcome, ma'am.
Namaste, ma.
And we have Hari, our host for today. Yesterday, he reminded us that we are spiritual scientists, and here Hari is here as again here to welcome ma'am and take us forward in this journey. Welcome back, Hari.
Thank you, Manisha, for the intro. All right, as you said, the most exciting thing, and again, pat on back for all of us, is 33-day program across the globe. Many participants. Today is 29th day, so many participants and speakers and organizations. It has been quite an eventful one on IFSS platform. And then I'm sure it has fueled energies in us and also to the platform in many ways. So thanks to one and all. And with that, without any delays, I would like to welcome once again, ma'am. I would like to take the liberty to call you as a family member of IFSS. Thanks for joining us once again, and not being so formal, as many of you all know. She's one of the greatest spiritual teachers walking on earth, in my view, because I had that personal association with her, and then I was fortunate enough to share the energies for many years now. And then she has acclaimed so many awards overseas, and also like multicultural awards, and also she is given Brahma Vidwanvani by Patriji and PSSM for her great work and knowledge and wisdom in spirituality. Actually, to say, she has given a small snippet of intro, but if I can just take one class on her, right? So it'll be like at least 2 hours of intro on this. So with that, as many of you know, without any delays, I would like to invite Saroja Gullapalli ma'am once again with a beautiful, the topic itself, very interesting. The story of heart and love was too good. So very interesting. I am also looking forward, ma'am. So once again, we welcome you.
Thank you so much, Hari. Thank you for bringing me again. I'm glad you haven't got bored of me yet. Last session went for quite some time, and you were happily again inviting me. It's always a pleasure to be with you all, masters. And thank you again for your kind words, Hari. With that, so the story of heart and the story of love only begins when you start emptying your mind. What is emptying our mind, masters? Emptying our mind is exactly what I showed you in the meditation today. The reason I took you on this meditation is, how do we empty our mind to reach that heart? Because the mind exists around the first 3 chakras only. So most of the time we are worried about Sahasrara chakra, Agya chakra. Let's forget about it for a minute. Because the first 3 chakras is the story of humanity. If we understand that bit very well, then it's very easy on any path, even on a spiritual scientist path. And everything that I'm going to talk today is through my experience. I'm not going to take any book or some material. This is my journey, masters. Unless you go beyond your mind, and that mind exists around the first 3 chakras, in the form of fear, around the first chakra, in the form of emotions, around the second chakra, and in the form of ego, around the third chakra. This is all the mind is, in 3 parts, around the 3 chakra. If we can go beyond our mind, how? By emptying. That reminder needs to be with us. Go beyond your mind to reach anywhere, to reach that beautiful love that you are, to reach that divine essence that you are. Because the top 4 chakras that we consider, I know there are many chakras, but as I took you along the journey, starting from top to bottom, normally we start from bottom to top, but I wanted to cheat the system. Let's go from top to bottom. Otherwise, it feels like it takes a long time to reach Sahasrara. So let's reach Sahasrara first and come to root chakra. So what I wanted to tell was the top 4 chakras are always in open state. There is nothing we have to do. If they are in open state, then why don't we feel it? We don't feel it because the story of humanity is stuck in the first 3 chakras. So what is standing between us and the divinity? Our mind. Only our mind, masters. Because the moment we go beyond our mind, that's it. We are in the direct path of Anahata Chakra. And Anahata Chakra is always open. Heart Chakra is always open and the love is overflowing there, masters. But to reach that, to feel that you are that love, this is the game. So how can we do it? Constant reminder. Constant reminder of what? Go beyond your mind. And that's what we're all doing, isn't it? The meditation that we do, be with your breath. Why do you want to be with your breath? To make your mind empty. That's all, isn't it? It's such a simple equation. If you can empty your mind, then that's it. You don't even have to close your eyes. But we close our eyes so that we start practicing from there. Because opening eyes, 80% of the input from the world comes through the eyes. You know that? The 80% of Maya, Moha comes through eyes. So if we close that, at least 80% of physical stimulus cut. That's why we're closing eyes. So when we start our practice, we all are trying to close our eyes and do Anapanasati or whatever practice of focusing. The only reason behind it is to empty our minds. But you don't necessarily have to close your eyes. Recently, there's a group that has started shower meditation. You know what they do? Whether you do your exercise walking or not, I hope everyone showers at least once a day. But if you say I don't, then that's a different thing. So we have started shower meditation. The moment water starts sprinkling on us, we start observing what is happening. What is happening to our thoughts? What is happening to our feelings? And that's meditation. By observing, we are going beyond our mind. And the secret is when you go beyond your mind and get into the place that I was talking about, the place of heart where the story of love resides, you are in complete state of joy. So emptiness takes you to joy through your Anahata Chakra. Why? Because you are in a state of complete surrender. What doesn't let you surrender? Your mind. Your mind will never let you surrender. Your mind wants control. I want to control my life. If I surrender, how can I control? Tomorrow at work, I want to do this, and I want that outcome. It's just not what you want to do. You also want to control the outcome. That is how we've been used to. So staying in a state of surrender is the most difficult thing for humans. Because we want control. And who is saying this? If you are the divine essence, then who is saying, I want control? Divinity never asks for control. Divinity says, let go. If you are the divinity, then who is saying that I want control? Our ego. Ego wants control. Ego wants power. Ego wants everything to be sorted out the way I want to do it. So when you are surrendering, what you are surrendering is your ego. You're saying it's okay. It's okay if it does not go this way. Or you're saying a totally different thing. When you are in a state of surrender, how do you feel? If you stop thinking about outcomes tomorrow and you thought, okay, I'll let go everything, will you feel that I have lost control on my life? Or will you feel that I trust, I have complete faith in what's happening to me? These are the two questions we need to ask, masters. State of surrender is not difficult, but the answer lies in these two questions. When you follow surrender path, do you feel that you have lost control on your life? Or you have trust, you have faith in this universe, in yourself, that it will exactly happen the way things should happen. So, with those two questions, I wanted to share a bit about my life. In 2018, I had a major accident, masters. I had a major accident where I had multiple fractures. I had multiple fractures, and I was said that I had to have a steel plate in my leg. And I had a lot of other bruises all over my body. But I was deep into spirituality by then, thank God. So when this accident happened, masters, the thinking pattern that I had was totally different to what I would have had before I stepped onto my inner self-discovery journey. So in this particular accident, it really didn't bother me. Why? Because I had slowly started practicing surrender by then. Why did I practice surrender? I practiced surrender because by then life was going very well. And then I thought, without surrender, if life can go this well, then with surrender, I wanted to see where would my life go. I did not step on spiritual path because I had a story in my life or there was something depressing or something pressing. It was just a coincidence. That's what I called in those days. But now I call it soul plan because we all know much more about it, isn't it? But then I thought, coincidence. What the hell is happening in my life? 2002. So by 2018, when I had this accident, I'm in such an awkward position on the staircase with one leg on top and one at the bottom, everything broken. As many of you know, the first thing I did was forgiveness, but that's not the topic today, so I won't go through forgiveness. That's for another day. When Hari invites me again, then we will talk about forgiveness. But for today, let's talk about heart and surrender. Because without surrender, you cannot reach that heart. As I showed you in that meditation, you have to surrender everything, let go, like those big, huge trees in that garden are. They let everything go. They are in one harmony with each other because they trust the universe. And when you embrace those trees, masters, you can try even tomorrow, day after. When you embrace those beautiful trees, you become one with them. There's absolutely no thought. That's why you embrace. And I do this practice all the time. And all my friends and people in our group, they do it because it works. It works. So that surrender part was, I knew something good was happening. People who came to see me, visit me, they knew I was crazy. Such a major accident, how can good happen out of it? But masters, I knew it. And my whole life turned upside down after that one incident. And even today, I remember the feelings that I had when I was there on the steps with acute pain. I won't lie. Acute pain for a couple of seconds that I couldn't handle. But of course, when I did my forgiveness practice, the pain vanished. I know, very difficult to believe with multiple fracture pain vanishing, but it did. I'm not going to lie. But again, forgiveness topic is for another day. But that evening, when I knew that something has happened, I was like, I know this is not normal. This is something different to my routine. That means something major change is going to happen. And you know what happened, masters? The most amazing thing in my entire life happened. For 3 months, I was confined to my bed. I cannot get up. Even to go for nature's call to the bathroom, I need somebody's help. And rest of the time, I'm supposed to be in the bed. That's all. What a divine opportunity to do the work I always wanted to. But I never couldn't. Having a full-time executive job, having 2 young children, having a big social circle, umpteen physical things that we always enjoy, I never had enough time to do what I wanted. I always used to complain, 24 hours not enough. So universe said, okay, I'll give you time. Break your leg and I'll give you time. So I got 3 months and started my new chapter in life, where I sat and meditated. I read. Every day was a new beginning to my life. And surrender. The more I saw the happiness in me, the more surrender I kept on doing. I knew that things are happening beyond me that I can't fathom. I don't know where this journey is taking me. And this 4 years, Masters, you know where this journey has taken me? This journey has taken me today to a point where I'm a mother of thousands of people on this world. I was only mother of 2. Only mother of 2. But today, that universe showed me what it is by surrendering. I'm mother of thousands. Every day, Amma, 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 Amma. How fortunate a woman has to be called Amma by thousands of people. I think I'm the most fortunate person on this earth. When I hear that beautiful sound, Amma, this universe gave me inspiration to come up with Beyond Your Mind platform, which is our foundation. Though I have started it, Masters, I'm not the one. There are thousands of people who are co-founders along with me. They have traveled along with me on this journey. And by connecting to my heart, when I say connecting to my heart, the love I felt there, absolute love that I felt there, from there I got inspiration to every project that I have started on this Beyond Your Mind Foundation. The first project that I started was Crystal Children Corner Academy. You might be wondering, what is this Crystal Children Corner Academy? Many of you know. But you know, how did we start, Masters? In 2019, I started Beyond Your Mind Foundation, where Patri sir came and he was the one who inaugurated it. And he asked me, what are you going to name your foundation? So I said, sir, I was wondering what to name. And then I was in shower the other day, sir, and just this name came up, Beyond Your Mind. And Patri sir was so happy. He said, what better name can you think of? This is a name that will remind everyone, every second, to go beyond your mind, to be where you want to be. I was very happy. I thought, oh my God, at least someone doesn't think I'm crazy. With Beyond Your Mind Foundation, who would think of? You know, Masters, when I opened the website Beyond Your Mind Foundation, in such a short time, it became a website that had been visited so many times. I mean, I'm just talking about the first few weeks. People must have thought, what is this name? Let me go click on it. Whatever the reason is, it inspired them to open up something. So when we were going on this journey of Beyond Your Mind Foundation, I was in meditation where I got this vision to start this academy for children. It didn't say children, it said for 00 to 99 years, 99 plus. And it was, if I use my logical mind, it made no sense, Masters. But by then, I had already reached the place of heart, the heart where love resides, the heart that you can only reach through surrender. I was already in that place. That 3 months of being in bed after my accident had clearly showed me that don't try to control and plan everything, because you yourself do not know what is your plan. I don't know, Masters, even to date, what's my soul plan. I haven't got the blueprint, but I don't need it, because my heart tells me that I'm on the right path. That love that pours out every second by whatever I'm doing on this foundation shows me that I'm on the right path. And that was only possible through surrender. So when I was in meditation, deep in meditation, I saw a couple of giant people in my meditation with a big A1 size big chart, and with complete drawings and flowcharts and talking about the academy that I was about to start. And they were not talking to me, they were talking amongst themselves, saying that she's very soon going to open an academy that's going to cater for human beings from 00 to 99 plus. And they had big folders. They folded it and then put it under their armpit and they all started walking. I was running behind them. I said, how do you want me to do it? Where do you want? They're not talking to me. They can't hear me. I can see them. I can listen to them, but they can't. And they vanished. And I was scratching my head thinking, what do I do from here? And then a master calls me, a BYM master calls me. And poor fellow, unfortunately or fortunately, he had the same vision. Same time he must be meditating. And he was shaking. Our Sridhar sir from New Jersey. He called up and said, Madam, I had this vision and I don't know what to think of it. I was dumbfounded myself. And then he said, I saw this vision. And then they had all these blueprints about an academy. And I saw you walking along with them and you 4 of you went into a cave. I said, thank God, at least you saw me going along with them because they wouldn't talk to me. So what do I do from here, masters? If I stuck to my logical mind, I would be thinking for the next 3 months, what do I do with academy? I didn't think because I was already in the place of my heart. I was already in the place of surrender and all I could feel was love, love, love. I could feel their love and I could feel the love for whatever they had said, masters. So when I shared this with the BYM Foundation, 00 to 99 plus, I don't have a clue. But okay, we'll call this academy Crystal Children Corner Academy because it's the crystal generation. I know that bit. So we opened Crystal Children Corner Academy for children from 5 years to 17 years. Because after 17, you become an adult. I can't have them in crystal children. Now the question was, what is that 99 plus and 00? And then again, surrender, masters. I went into complete surrender, trusting my heart that it will come up with an answer and explain me. And the answer I got was, 00 is for the children who haven't come onto this plane yet. But you have to start classroom for that. All along the path, you have to have classrooms till humans, 99 plus. So slowly the clarity was coming, but only through surrender. The story of heart is the story of love. The story of heart is the story of surrender, masters, which we always doubt. But what I have seen in these 4 years, just by surrendering, I want to share with you people. So, masters, this last 4 years, just surrendering to our hearts, this is what universe has taken us in this long journey and where we are today. None of this has been planned by me. None of this is my brainchild. Everything is a message that has come through me, inspiration that has come through us. And we blindly followed because we trust the universe. We have seen what has happened. So I would like you to take through this journey that I have been in the last 4 years, masters. So in the middle, you can see the Beyond Your Mind Foundation. We have that beautiful lotus because we consider that we are lotuses. And with every single thing that we learn, we are just opening up and flowering like those beautiful chakras. And there is a beautiful infinity symbol under the lotus. And this is one of the thoughts of our Deepti madam from Singapore. And I loved her idea about this infinite. This shows us that we are infinite. Masters, these are the reminders that keep us on the path that we want to be. The word beyond your mind itself always reminds me whenever I'm entangled in my mind, it shows me where I have to be out of my mind, in the place of heart, because heart never goes wrong, masters. Heart will never go wrong. It's not long before the humanity will slowly understand to come out of their mind and to work from heart. That is what this ascension path is all about. For eons, for thousands of years, human beings have been only operating through mind. But slowly, we will learn to come out of our mind and start working from our heart. So, masters, if I start taking you through from the top left hand, the triple C that you can see above is the Crystal Children Corner Academy, where I've got my cursor, Crystal Children Corner Academy. And this emblem, I love it, masters. It's got a crystal in between and 3 C's. Because we believe that every child is a crystal that needs to be programmed. And how do we program them? We program them with the right knowledge. We explain them what is holistic wisdom. Because we all know, masters, that in the school, the physical education is only 10% of what we are. Who is going to tell the children the 90%? If nobody tells, then they will have to wait for another 40 years like us to come and meet one of these organizations, to go read those spiritual books. But we didn't want to wait that long, masters. And here's the result, Crystal Children Corner Academy, which is not our brainchild. The universe asked us to do it, and here we are. Today, we have 75 volunteers working on it. Teachers, yoga masters, meditation teachers, art teachers, dance teachers, music teachers, amazing topics that teach them about nature, that teach them about emotional intelligence, emotion management, about their divinity, about oneness. There is not one single topic that we have left aside. The beauty is we have volunteers who speak in all the 3 languages, English, Hindi, and Telugu. So this Crystal Children Corner Academy is being run. It is a Sunday school. So today our volunteers are extremely busy from morning, US time, like it starts at 2 a.m. in the morning, Australia time, and goes all the way till 8 p.m. in the evening. 3 languages for 23 countries. We have children from 23 countries in this Crystal Children Corner school. I can't manage alone, masters. That's why I say this is not my foundation. This is our foundation. Everyone has chipped in. Everyone wants to be part of it because they want to connect to their heart. Even here in this particular group, my volunteers are here. They are there because they want to serve, not because I've asked them to be volunteers. So this Crystal Children Corner Academy, which is run on Sunday, is run in 3 languages for 23 countries. And we run for different time zones because this is a global school. We cannot say only one time zone because these are children. So we run one time zone for US, Canada, Europe, the other one for Asia Pacific zone. So we have every class is timed according to the zone. So that's the beauty of Crystal Children. If I move next stop, which is Navodaya, BYM Navodaya. This is what happens, masters, when you are in complete surrender. 2 years back, the Crystal Children Corner Academy classes, that knowledge went so wide and far that we started getting phone calls from orphanages, from juvenile homes, from deaf and dumb schools, saying, Madam, we can't pay, but can you please extend your services to our institutions? We don't need any payment. We just want the opportunity for serving. And again, I can't do it, masters. Multiple volunteers jumped into it. And it started in Visakhapatnam first. I am so proud to say that we have this BYM Navodaya, we call it Navodaya, where Crystal Children Corner Academy Wisdom, we take it into the juvenile homes, into the orphanages, into the less advantaged schools, masters, in Hyderabad, in Anantapur, Nellore, just speak about it. It has spread like wildfire everywhere. I thank all the volunteers who are non-stop working to do this service so that this knowledge can go to those less advantaged children because they are the ones who need this knowledge. Of course, I understand normal children also need, but the effort that is going in Navodaya is unbelievable, masters. In December, January, when I was in India, I visited this Navodaya schools myself personally. And the way I went to deaf and dumb schools, the children came and embraced me. I had not done anything for them. It was my volunteers who were doing. They embraced me and they thanked me for all the wisdom and the meditation that we are teaching. Do you know how happy it feels, masters? That love that they shared with us through Navodaya school. As we go through the next box, masters, little Buddhas. This is one of the product and outcome from Crystal Children Corner Academy. Our children have become so wise that these people who have come out of Crystal Children Corner Academy, we are running batch 4 this year, masters. Batch 1 children, they have trained to become teachers. It is so beautiful to see 13-year-old, 14-year-old being teachers, spiritual teachers, and they are talking about divinity. They are not learning, masters, they are teaching. This is the vision I had. This is the dream I carried all along with me. Children learning and teaching. And my dream is fulfilled today. with tear-filled eyes, I thank universe for giving me this opportunity where our children are teaching and spreading this message. When I say our children, our generational masters, what more can a person ask for? I want to specially mention Sonika Dopalpudi from Dallas, who has become a role model for every child. She's not only a teacher master, she's a coordinator for the US zone. This girl who is in year 11 in the US, which is such a critical year for them. Because of meditation, she has learned what is important in life and she's managing. And these children are holding guided meditation for children masters. We don't do guided meditation for children. Children themselves are guiding. And that's the platform we call Little Buddhas. Every time I'm introducing a new project here, I only want to remind everyone, this only could happen because we connected to the heart masters. We believed that whatever path was shown to us is being inspired by the universe, because universe knows where we have to go. We do not know, masters. We know very little. And this is the story of my heart. This is the story of my love for universe, which has opened up a Pandora box, one after another. You know, when I opened up Crystal Children Corner Academy 4 years back and was running Navodaya and Little Buddhas, I thought, well, I think I've done my soul plan. I'm done. But no, every time I tick the box and think it is done, and I start clapping with all the volunteers saying, well done, the universe again gives me another small push and say there is more to come. And what was more to come is our Indigo Youth platform. We were looking after the children till 17 in Crystal Children Corner Academy. What about the youth? The one who have reached 18? So we started Indigo Youth platform for youth from age 18 to 30 masters. And the idea of this Indigo Youth platform is we want to give a platform to the youth where they can discuss the spiritual discussion without any inhibition, without feeling that they are the odd people out in the world, knowing completely that they are surrounded with like-minded people who can support each other. Masters, at the age of 50, it is very easy to say, I'm spiritual. You can talk about spirituality anywhere you like. But for someone who is in their teenage, in their 20s, they don't feel comfortable talking about spirituality in the outside world because they are outnumbered. We do not want our youth to feel outnumbered. We, through this Indigo Youth platform, we want them to feel that they are connected. Every opportunity is given to them to discuss whatever they want on this platform's masters. And as we move to the next block here, the words are very small, so I'm going to read it out. It is called Crystal Spiritual Parenting. So where did this spiritual parenting start, masters? Remember the vision I had, which said that I had to open the school for people from 00 to 99 plus. And when I was asking for guidance for what is 00, and I got this message saying that you have to take classes for the unborn babies. And then I thought, how can I take class for the unborn babies? And that is where the penny dropped again. It is not my creativity, masters. This is a message that I've got from the universe. For those parents who are aspiring to have children, we started parenting class. So now we have got parenting class. We have got 4 sections of parenting classes, starting for parents who are aspiring to have children. They are called Ruby. We have named after Crystal's masters because this is a Crystal Children Academy. And what do we do with the parents who want to have children? Those unborn babies, the spirits that they are, we are in the time in the humanity where we are going through a major transition, masters. Yuga Marpidi Samayavidi. This is the time when we are all going in spiritual ascension. This is the time when souls are lining up to be on the spiritual, on this physical reality. All those souls which are in their last phase of clearing karmas would all like to come on the physical plane now. And that is what happens in every yuga transition. And this is what it is now. But those souls are very mature souls. The souls that are waiting to have a physical body are very mature souls. They're in the last phase of clearing karma. So they are looking for parents who can match with their vibration. So how can you match with the mature soul vibration, masters? By lifting your vibration, isn't it? So we started the Ruby class where we guide the parents to understand the story about those spirits that are waiting. If you are looking for a spiritual master to come in your life, then you have to raise your vibration to match that spiritual master spirit. So Ruby class is all about guiding the parents, inviting souls that they would like to have in their lives. Number 2, we have spiritual parenting class called Rose. That is for parents who the mother is pregnant. So we call divine womb. After mother is pregnant, what are the guidance, spiritual guidance for parents? What are the things they need to look after? It's just not enough about, eating nutritious food, taking vitamins. There are so many things. The other koshas also have to be maintained, masters. Manomaya kosha, pranamaya kosha. The parents need to understand how to nurture holistically the children or the child in mother's womb. The third parenting class that we started was for parents who have children from 0 to 5. Because after 5 masters, they are in Crystal Children Corner Academy. But for children from 0 to 5, they are divine because their mind is almost blank. But the parents need to understand how to handle those children, those divine children from 0 to 5. And those classes are so popular in our academy, masters, where parents with young children, they come and attend the class to understand how to look after their divine children who are under 5. They don't have to change, masters. We have to understand them. The fourth class, which I was never planning, but was only on demand, is Emerald class. This is for parents who have teenage children. And I have realized that having teenage children is the most biggest challenge at the moment for parents. So that is the most busiest class for us at the moment, which is Emerald, where every month there is a session. We have discussions with the parents, trying to understand the challenges parents are facing with their children. So that's the spiritual parenting class. Then if we move on to the next block, masters, Inner Child Workshop. Again, another inspiration from the universe to help clear the emotional blocks of humanity. Everything that we have bottled up right from our childhood is there in our Manomaya Kosha, which is stuck there, masters. And that impact is having on us in different parts of life. So this Inner Child Workshop, we have 2 to 3 sessions every year. It's a workshop I personally hold, and hundreds of people every year join this. And we go through a process where we try to bring out our inner child blocks and try to heal them. This is a very popular workshop on BYM platform, masters. Moving on to the next one. This is the most divine and the most recent project that we have launched, masters. This project has been launched only a month ago. The project is called Saheli. Can you see that beautiful orange ball that is being held by those divine hands? This Saheli project, again, 1 month back when I was sitting in meditation, masters, again through the vision, the call has come that I have been doing individual counseling so far, masters, but the inspiration was to create a support network, a spiritual support network for women. Women have been going through a lot of stress and torture for millenniums, masters. Women are carrying the pain body of the masses. I have talked about pain body in my last session. You know what pain body is? I talked about personal pain body in my last session. I never had a chance of talking about the communal pain body. So just to give you an example, for millenniums, women have gone through torture, disrespect, rape, putting them in the back front, not giving them opportunity to come forward. I would not go through the reasons. But when the community as whole goes through this, masters, the pain is there in the community pain body. The pain body in the women community as a whole is affecting women today. And as I have given many lectures in the past 1 week, I have explained that during the menstrual cycle of a woman, this pain body results are being seen and experienced by a woman. So this particular inspiration that has come to me is not only for the pain body alone, but for any issues that women are facing as masses. We have launched this Saheli project, and it's not me alone. And the message was so clear that this project had to be launched only in Sydney. I had no understanding. Every project of mine I have launched here in Melbourne. Just coincidentally, I happened to be in Sydney a few weeks back, Masters. I launched this project Saheli. And one of the masters from Sydney, she is leading this particular project. She is such an enthusiastic Masters. We have got 16 people 16 women who are supporting this particular Jyoti madam from Sydney. And they have got a complete support network for anyone who needs any kind of support network. Very soon, we will be starting group sessions for women. Again, we have this work going on in Hindi, English, and Telugu, all the 3 languages. And there are over 20 women volunteers who are working on this Saheli project. I am really taking a lot of pleasure to share about this Saheli project on this platform once again. And as we move up, Masters, we have got BYM Sanghas. Sanghas is another beautiful project. I know I keep saying everything is beautiful, but they are, Masters. The way we had, during Buddha's time, they had Nalanda University, they had Takshashila universities. Monks used to discuss spiritual discourses. It was not about just a wisdom sharing session. People used to discuss among themselves and gain more wisdom. BYM Sanghas are those kind of platforms on BYM where every month we have discussion on one spiritual topic in Telugu, English, and Hindi. We have amazing masters who are leading it. Sarita madam in Telugu, Jaya madam in English, Saroja madam in Hindi. Every month there is a discussion. 1 month we will take a topic, forgiveness. And hundreds of masters will talk amongst themselves. They will be all divided into 4 groups and they will discuss and learn and improve their knowledge. To me, I think this is such a great way of learning from each other through discussion. In Telugu, we know so many things about Ashtavadhanam, Shatavadhanam. This is almost at that level, Masters, where hundreds of masters are discussing only to learn. So that is BYM Sanghas. And if I go one step above, Masters, BYM guided meditation. We have 9 guided meditation every day in Telugu, English, and Hindi. There are a multitude of volunteers. Vijayalakshmi madam, Gangadhar sir, Purna sir, Deepthi madam, Saroja madam. I can keep on reading the list. Every day, 365 days a year. Every day, 9 meditations without any stop. Clock may stop, but these people won't stop, Masters. Starting from 4 a.m. Indian Standard Time to 11 p.m. IST. I am so thankful to these people for giving this amazing service. Masters, sometime there will be a guided meditation and there will be nobody, 0. And I would think, why are you taking meditation? And I've asked that particular woman, Amma, you don't have to take. You know what she said after the meditation? Madam, there were 50 astral masters. How can I leave them? And that is the day I said, salute to you people. I was only instrumental in opening up a platform. And these are the souls that made me open it. And they are walking along their soul plan, Masters. Last but not the least, on this sheet, you can see Voice of BYM. Voice of BYM is a wonderful platform where I give opportunity to every master. So every month, we interview one master and we like to understand what is their spiritual journey, what can we learn from them. And there are masters who interview them and there are masters who host them. So we have a guest, we have a host, and that way we get to learn through the journey of each masters. So I've tried to put all in one sheet, Masters, making you get the feel that when you go beyond your mind, what happens? This is what happens, Masters, when you go beyond your mind. When you go beyond your mind, you connect to your heart. And heart never lies to you. And heart will take you to your path. And what is your path? Your path is your soul plan. Everyone asks, what is a soul plan? Soul plan, though the word seems very tricky, Everyone comes with a plan, masters. Every life we want to learn something, we come. So what we do, we come here, but we all know illusion. We forget about it. We are forgetful. But those of us who have stepped on the spiritual journey always want to know, what is my spiritual path? Because we know that if we follow our spiritual path, we have done tick for this life. So we are all trying to understand what is my soul path. But doesn't matter if you don't have third eye vision, if you can't read your future, if you can't read your past, no big deal. You have heart, don't you? If you connect to your heart and if you do what your heart says, and if you get all that love and joy, trust me, you are going on the soul path, and that path will never take you or never lead you to the wrong place. And this has been my journey of last 5 years, masters, starting from 2018 to 2023. Now you would ask, well, what happened before that, madam? I started my spiritual journey in 2002, but to surrender completely and to understand the path of faith and trust took me this long. I had been practicing. It doesn't mean that those years went waste. Nothing goes waste, masters. One step at a time, one step at a time. You keep learning, and that soul understands that you are learning. And that's what we all have come for, experiences. So at one day or at one point, you understand that, whatever you have learned is making sense. And then the penny drops. That means you understand completely that this is the highway and there is no other way. And for me, that major accident in 2018 was the day when universe kind of connected to me and said, yes, this is where you are and this is what you want to do. And this is how I've come across this beautiful world of Beyond Your Mind Foundation and everyone else in every spiritual organization that we connect, masters. But that name always reminds me that don't be stuck in your mind, because the mind has limitations. Mind is limited, and mind is a big wall between your body and your soul. Unless you dissolve that wall, you cannot be one with your soul. And with that statement, I will close my session here, masters. More than happy to take any questions.
Thank you so much. That was too good. And as Hari, if I see all this, from the day I met you, I mean, I myself see how beautiful it has been manifested. I know how you feel because been traveling with you from 2013 or so in person, I should say. And in this 10 years, so beautiful that so much happened. And then thanks to universe and thanks to that accident, some accidents are purposeful, I should say. And the people may feel odd to thank an accident, but we know what that sweet accident has done.
It's very, very wonderful question. Why surrender? How can we make ourselves, how can we convince our mind, first of all? Let's talk about that. How do we convince our mind that surrender? That is the journey that we go on, masters. Sometimes we have to understand, no matter what we do, no matter how we try to control, the results don't come as we want, right? But in spite of that, we can't let go. We can't let go because, as I said before, letting go is against our ego, Even on spiritual path, the ego letting go does not happen till the last bit, I have to say that. Till you kind of reach that Manipuraka chakra, till then your ego will be holding this point. Because we associate ourselves with ego. We think we are the ego. That's the biggest problem. The identification of the ego, identification of ourselves with the ego is the main problem that we can't let it go. So to answer Hari's question, first of all, we need to understand why we cannot let go. And for that, you need to understand what is ego. Ego has got certain characteristic, masters. If we understand the ego's characteristic and understand we are not that, then we can be objective and we can start thinking about surrender. Otherwise, we can't think about surrender. So what does ego do? Ego wants power. What is power? Power means I'm more than you. If you and I are same, then I don't have power on you, isn't it? I have to be one above you. That's what ego wants. Ego always wants. See, if you buy BMW and the next person also buy BMW, gone happiness. No more happiness. So, if you buy Tesla, then you will be happy. Oh, okay, I've got something that the other person... But the next moment, the other guy goes and buy Tesla, gone. The happiness gone. All that $1 million or 90,000, whatever it is, gone down the drain. That is the story of ego. It just wants one above the other. That's all. Right? So, when we understand that this comparison story happens because of ego, first of all, we have to drop comparison, masters. There is no comparison between you and the next one. Most of the things that we are doing is just to make ourselves feel better than the next person. Our whole story of life is comparison. If somebody is in the US and I'm in Australia, I don't care what they do. But my focus is always on the next door neighbor because I can see them all the time. Or Hari if he's in Melbourne. So we only compare with who we can relate to, who we can see. But now let's take the story a little bit further. We are all born different, masters. We are all born different physically. Our looks, our personalities, our parents, our place of birth, everything is different. Why? It is because we are unique. What makes us unique? What makes us unique is our soul plan. We are all on our own journey. There is no comparison. I might be an infant soul that has just come out from my Purnatma, from IFSS. I will not be like you. I will be different. Or I might be in the middle of an adult soul journey. And in this soul journey, I will not be like an infant soul. That is why we all behave differently. We all feel differently. Because we are in different stages in the soul cycle. There is no comparison. That is why we come with different soul plan. Whatever is correct for us in the soul cycle, that is the soul plan we come up with. If our soul plans are different, if we are in different stage of evolution, then why are we comparing? By fluke, we are all here. By coincidence, you, me, Hari, we are all here. But for Hari, this could be the last life. So his priorities will be different. For me, I've just started the journey. So I want to get into the contrast to know, what is good, what is bad, what is hatred. So I will be doing things that will take me deep into the, I won't call shit bus, but deep into illusion, right? But there could be someone in the middle of this journey who likes to balance and see where his karma is going. We are all in different parts of soul cycle and hence there is no comparison. If there is no comparison, then what should we be looking at? If I can't compare with Hari, if I can't compare with Manusha, then what do I do? What do we do is we have to remember that we all have come for our own experiences only. But we don't know what experiences we have come for. If you don't know what you have come for, then you have to trust in somebody, isn't it? There has to be trust and faith in somebody. That universe, because of which these planets exist, that universe, because of which you exist, definitely must know more than you. We think that we can think better than others, but we ourselves don't know how far we can go. So when you start thinking in the bigger picture I know I have brought so many topics in this discussion, but it is necessary, if you are on the spiritual path, it is necessary to understand that we do not know what our soul plan is, and hence we have to trust and have faith that there is a bigger force that understands and that realizes where we need to be. And when you have trust and faith in somebody, apart from this mind, the surrender automatically comes. Surrender doesn't mean that don't do anything. People always think surrender means not to do anything, just sit there. We human beings can't sit there. We'll worry to death if we did not do anything. Do what you can do the best. And after that, then comes surrender. Then just leave it. Bhagavad Gita, this is what Bhagavad Gita is saying. Outcome, surrender, not the activity. People think activity has to be surrendered. Don't surrender the activity because you cannot sit still. You will definitely do something. Do whatever your wisdom says. Do whatever your dharma says. Do whatever your heart says at that time. But then surrender the outcome because you do not have any control on the outcome. So if there is any logic behind surrender, this is the only logic. The competitive world is no logic for surrender. Somebody who's always in competition in the physical world will never adhere to surrender, because there are two different directions. Only the person who understands the complete soul cycle, the one who is on spiritual path, will understand that the whole journey is a game of surrender only. Practically, physically, this is the conundrum most of us go through. So I'm thankful that someone raised this question, because if you don't raise, it's there in our mind all the time. Surrendering and letting go is the same. Letting go is a more general version of it, but it has to be refined a little bit to make it surrender. Letting go with the belief and complete trust. You have to have trust. Many people let go because there is no other choice. Letting go not because there is no other choice. Letting go because you have complete faith in letting go that things will happen right. See, many times, nothing is working. Okay, I'll let it go. That is not surrender. Letting go is part of surrender, but the other part that is missing is you need to have faith and trust. You should believe that you are doing it voluntarily, not because there is no other choice. That's not surrender. No other choice means no other choice only, isn't it? So that's the difference between letting go and surrender. So just add that faith and trust to it to make it surrender. Now, the question is, if you are weak to surrender, amazing question. I don't know who questioned it, but that is the truth. Why we are not able to surrender? Because we are not ready. We're not ready to do what? We are not ready to let go the ego. That is what weakness is. First of all, understand what your weakness is. You said if you are weak. Weak for what? Weak to let go your ego. That means you are very strong. If you are able to hold on to ego, means you are very strong. You know how much effort it needs to hold on to ego, to cherish your ego. Ego always needs to be fanned up. You are beautiful, you are this, you are that. If you are weak, that means you are very strong. You are holding on to your ego and you are not able to let go. But even then, I will take your question a little bit forward, saying that yes, you can't surrender to the universe because you can't see the universe. Can I surrender it to the Guru? Well, if you want to, you can. If you have complete faith and trust in the Guru, do it. That's not a bad thing to start with. But don't let go to the Guru. Surrender. That means belief, trust, faith. Because if you start this practice somewhere, one day you will reach where you are supposed to be. Okay? Because you cannot assess your Guru, right? You have to have complete faith and surrender in him or her. So if you can't just let go and surrender to the universe because there is no form, you can't do it, you don't have faith in the universe, it's okay. You can start your practice with some Guru. I would say it's nothing wrong. It's just a beginning of a practice.
Adults can meditate and reverse illness, is what we heard. How about kids? If they have any issues, illness or suffering, can they reverse?
Yes, because we know, why we can reverse the illness? Because we have learnt about Pranamaya Kosha. We know that we have blocks in Pranamaya, isn't it, masters? Whoever put the question, I hope you understand, isn't it? How can we reverse the illnesses? Because we know that there are blocks in Pranamaya Kosha, and that blocks are caused by your emotions which impact the Manomaya Kosha. Don't have half-baked knowledge. Go completely to the extreme so that there is no doubt at all. Blocks are in Pranamaya Kosha, which is formed because of your Manomaya Kosha. And what happens in Manomaya Kosha? Your emotions. So that is the story of your illness. So when you start doing meditation, of course, you're taking a lot of cosmic energy and it's nicely pumping through, and okay. That's all the science behind it, isn't it? There is nothing more. Now, in our Crystal Children Corner Academy, every child knows it back to front, right? They know the science behind meditation. They know how many bodies they have. They can even sit and tell you what happens in Manomaya Kosha, because of which the blocks are happening in the Pranamaya Kosha. Now, why would you think it is difficult for a child? Let me clarify that first. Why did we have this practice that 5-year-old child has to do meditation only for 5 minutes and 50-year-old man has to do for 50 minutes? Why is this difference? Think about it. Because in children, the mind is not active. 0 to 5, absolutely no. That's why they're divine. The mind only starts activating after 5, when they start going in the real world, school, this, that, society. By the time you have reached 40, 50, you become an adult, Your mind is super functional and has become complicated. That's why you have to do more meditation. So those children whose mind is just simple, they will absorb knowledge like anything. Mind is clear for them. It is much more easy to reverse their illnesses. First of all, because their mind is so dormant, they don't go through all those emotional blocks that we go through. And even if they do, meditation helps them to clear very fast. Because of their age, the less complication, the less mind. So that's the answer, masters. And the answer is yes, they can do it. Because they have been explained clearly. We talk the science behind meditation. Our teachers use that doll, Kondapalli Bomma, they say, doll and doll, you have those Kondapalli Bommas where you have got one doll in the other. That's how they teach children koshas. Our Sridevi madam, who is in other realm now, she vacated her body early this year. But today I'm so humbly, I remind her, I'm talking about her. She was one of our teachers who started teaching about these koshas through Kondapalli Bomma. She used to bring the toys in the class and she used to show how the dolls go one. And that's how children understood that how our body is, has got Pranamaya kosha, has got other. So teachers are really taking a lot of pain and going out of their way to explain the science behind all this. So I think the children are understanding it very well, masters. Thank you.
How about kids of 7 to 14 if they're stubborn? I think that's a universal problem of starting of periods. So,
yeah. This is the question, and the answer is not in one line, masters. This is a two-way traffic. See, now we are talking into slowly coming into the teenage years. Though the teenage only, we think it's from 13. No, masters, the hormones start kicking much earlier. 10, 11, the hormones are kicking. How do I know? Because we are having these sessions every month where parents are coming and they're saying, my child is not 13 yet, only 10, but she's talking about these things. So, I would generally talk about this category as almost a teenage issues these are. First thing, and again we teach this in spiritual parenting. We always say the problem is with the child. It's not the problem with the child. The parents also need to understand what's going on at spiritual level. We understand at physical level. We know hormones, we know body growing up, we know puberty, but we don't know anything beyond that because we haven't been taught about the emotional management. We haven't been taught about the intellect. Nothing we have been taught about in the school. So now we are supposed to go through all that in our Crystal Children Corner Academy, and that's what we are teaching parents. What are we teaching parents? We are teaching parents. This is very important, masters, what I'm talking. And parents are working on it. And I know that I can see examples here. I can see the small windows, people who have already been working. And I'm going to talk about that example too. Parents come to us. The common problem, during the COVID time, every child was given a computer because, all schools were online. And biggest problem for parents is, my child is not leaving the iPad. They're on that. Madam, what can we do? What can we do? First of all, try to understand why the child is in that position. I'm only giving you an example, masters, but I'm going to go into wide thinking and wide understanding too. For every situation that your child is in, try to think, why is the child in that situation? He did not ask for it. That particular situations warranted that child had to have computer and laptop for so long. He might have got addicted to it. But masters, if you start policing on him, that is not going to be the answer. So how do you do it? In our sessions, not one parent, multiple parents came with the same problem. I have been particularly asking parents to gain your child's trust. It is very important, masters. When children are in the teenage or approaching teenage, the first problem is they do not have the connection with the parents. Parents think, they don't need me. I don't have to feed them. Now they're grown up. They can do their work. So parents are just disconnecting from child. But they are not understanding the maximum connection the child and parents need when the children are approaching teenage. You won't understand till your child encroaches into teenage. When your child is little, you think only you have to change nappies, you have to feed him. Oh my God, so much job. That is nothing. That is only physical. When your child enters into puberty, that is the biggest challenge. And that's what I encourage parents. Try to connect with your child. First, you need to have some kind of connection. Connection means what? Have some common time with them. You only go and ask him, how many marks did you get? What he will say 99. Or what did Sudhir get? 100? Finish. He's dead. So this is how your discussions are. How many marks? What marks did you get? What did the next person get? Did you stand first in the class or last in the class? If this is your discussion to your child, he will lose all the respect on you. There will be no connection. Masters, if you are having problem with your child, there is something wrong with your relationship. First, then how do we mend it? Start spending time. This is exactly what our spiritual parenting classes are about. We teach, I wouldn't say teach, we guide parents to understand the importance of quality time with the child. Not about homework, not about Tinnava. It's all about, have you eaten? Have you done homework? No, that's not quality time. Sit with him. Try to understand his passions. Try to understand what is he interested in. You don't even know what he likes. Oh, have you done your piano? He doesn't like the hell piano. What he likes, understand. Sit with him. Try to build a connection. When you build a connection, the trust starts. Once the trust starts, you're no longer a parent. You're no longer a policeman. You are his friend. And slowly it starts. Now you might say, Madam, will this work? It works. I've got examples here. There is Sushma Madam, who I can see on the small window. She's already putting up her hand. Who has changed her life. Masters, 2 years back, she came up with a teenage child, her son, saying, I have no clue, madam, what to do with this child. And today, she's actually guiding other parents how to do it, because I and Sushma madam literally talked about this, guiding her child, guiding her son, Sushant, who is a blessing, who is really a blessing. I kept telling her, your son is an angel, but she wouldn't listen. And today, she says, now I understand. So, masters, it's not children. We need to build that relationship. We need to build the trust. If you have any further questions, please join our sessions. Monthly session is coming, monthly discussion. If you just put question mark, Deepti madam will, and it's just a discussion. If you don't want, you can quit halfway through. But at least you will see other experiences. What are other parents going through? Children have no problem, masters. It is parents that we are not able to understand. That is why I'm calling it holistic wisdom sessions. That means you need to know your child not only physically, emotionally, spiritually, every way you need to know your child. I hope I've answered this question more than what I should.
Thank you so much for your words. I think with that, I think it was a great session by you, and thank you so much for all your energies. And then we'll be inviting you more and more to talk about BYM journey, and this platform is very much willing to travel along with BYM as well, and many other spiritual organizations as we go forward. So with that, thank you so much for coming onto this platform, and have a great weekend. We'll see you all soon.
Thank you, Hari. Thank you, others, and all the team. Thank you.